Here we are, end of May 2026 for another West Hartford real estate update where we take a look at what the numbers are telling us. Some numbers have stayed the same this month, some numbers have changed, and we're going to try to make sense of it all. Be sure to stick around to the middle of the video where we will talk about that median sales price and what it's done, as it has made some drastic adjustments, kind of like we predicted a few months back. But we'll get into that a little later in the video. First thing I want to start off with, as always, is active inventory. Now this one, there are 32 single family homes on the market now. When we did our April market update, there were 32 single family homes on the market then. So again, I would have liked to see it jump up a little bit more to give buyers a little more choices, but it is really staying low as we get into the spring. So nothing's changed on that front. Total closed sales over the past 30 days. Now this one starts to shed a little light on what is going on in the market. Over the past 30 days, there's been 53 closings in town. If we look at last month, that number was 38. So again, this is something we predicted. We predicted those closings would jump up in the 50s as we got into the hotter spring, summer months. Now what this means, with the exact same number of inventory and more closings, now that puts pressure on price. So those two numbers are always what's going to determine what pricing does, amount of closed sales to active inventory. Anytime we have more closed sales than active inventory in a certain segment of the market, that's going to cause prices to go up pretty fast. Quite frankly, even if we're even or a little below closings to active inventory, that is still considered a seller's market, a market that will appreciate. But when you have more closed sales than active, that really forces that lever up even harder. And this has been something the market's been doing the past 4 or 5 years, which is what's kept those prices on such a steady trend. Even when we get these moments of slowing down, the metrics still show seller's market. And then when the metrics tilt a little bit, it just explodes up. And this has been the race that we've been playing. So we're definitely in one of those months where it's exploded up. Median price point last month was $580. Those of you that watch this update every month know that we were in the low fives in some months, mainly because the volume was down, not necessarily because prices crashed. It's just in months where there's not a lot of volume, the numbers get skewed a little bit. So now with 53 closings, it brings a truer form to a lot of these numbers as there's a bigger sample size. The median sales price jumped up to $620, which is on the higher end of what we usually see. We're somewhere between $580 and $620, and so we're at the higher end of that now. So again, this is something we've seen. We've seen it hit in that $620 range before, and with a strong sales month, it's not surprising to see that come in. Now, some of the other important metrics: days on market. Still, the median days on market is 5, exactly the same as last month. So inventory is exactly the same. Days on market's exactly the same. Only difference is more closings, which is what's causing that median sales price to go up. And then also the last statistic, the list to sales price ratio is up to 111% over the past 30 days. Again, that number is directly tied to the amount of buyers in the marketplace to inventory. Because there's more, it's forcing more multiple offer situations, which forces that list to sell price ratio up. Last month we were at 107%. The month before we were at 103%. So this, as the market's gotten more intense these past few months, we've really seen that number spike, and there's been a lot more competitive situations. Now, the homes that are seeing the most competition are definitely the ones that are priced well for what they are. They don't necessarily have to be all magically updated. If they're priced well for what they are, buyers are still fighting. Now, that doesn't mean there are not homes sitting and there are not price reductions. There are certainly homes out there that we can pull and show you where they started really high on price, they've reduced, they're still sitting. right? So price does matter, but in terms of what's causing the homes to go up higher, what isn't, I did a whole video on that. So drop a comment below if you'd like me to send that video to you. Some steps you can take to make sure your home is in that multiple offer situation. Happy to send that over if it helps. So those are the stats for this month. Nothing too surprising. It's reassuring to see that median sales price go up. That makes sellers, homeowners here in town feel good. If you're a buyer, you're still in that tough market where a lot of people want to live here. There's not a lot to choose from. It's very competitive. So your strategy really matters in terms of your ability to lock in a house. Your preparation and how you go about those multiple offer situations matter. If you have questions, don't be shy. We get people all the time who text, who call, who email when they watch these videos. My team and I are always happy to help. I'll continue to monitor these stats, and we're here if you need us.